Hi, my name is Laura Carmona, and today I'm going to present my own literacy autobiography. My literacy journey began obviously in elementary school when I went into kindergarten at Punet Elementary. I did go in as an ESL student, and I did not realize this until I saw a report card, but my literacy journey started with using Dick and Jane books, which are predictable books. I also remember using sight word flashcards and learning letter sound recognition. I do believe that these skills that I was taught at an early age were key in me being a strong reader. I currently teach eighth grade, and a lot of my students don't have decoding skills. They don't have the letter sound association, which makes it difficult for them to decode unfamiliar words. I've always enjoyed reading. It started when I was in elementary school at the libraries, the classics in high school, Danielle Steele romance novels, and then in college when I finally figured out what I wanted to do when I grew up. Ended up getting my bachelor's in criminal justice. I learned about true crime and serial killer novels. I have now read a few amazing novels by Latino authors. Now I find myself reading novels that I think might be suitable for my students, young adult novels. We do have in my closet of novels, class sets, I do have Refugee Ghost and Daniel's Story, which is something that we've read. I recently was fully funded for two class sets on Donors Choose Sanctuary and We Are Not From Here, which I did read in a few of my other graduate courses. I have learned that literacy is not just about books. I've learned that literacy is all around us. It's in everyday, mundane things that we take for granted. Graffiti, newspapers, signs, signage on the walls. I strongly believe that literacy does begin at home. It begins with simple tasks that parents can do with just carrying on a conversation with their students, allowing them to socialize, and parents reading to them. Unfortunately, as a society with technology the way it has enhanced, we do have a lot of missed opportunities to talk and to read and socialize with our children. Instead, we see a lot of young kids on phones and on tablets, and I cringe every time I see a family sitting at a dinner table at a restaurant and they are all on their phone, starting from toddlers all the way all up on up to teenagers and young adults. They're missing so many opportunities. I am an eighth grade teacher, and I have to prepare my students for STAR testing and the TELPAS test. I do not have a whole lot of time to teach phonics and decoding skills, so the strategies and the scaffolding that I do use come in different formats. This right here on this slide is a one pager, which I actually stole from my daughter's English 2 teacher in high school. Basically, I can give my students any type of questions guided. That I take from a chapter of a novel that we read. In this case, it was Ghost by Jason Reynolds, and they basically fill out and write about different topics that I've given them to write about. Some more scaffolding that I do is I have my classroom is surrounded with anchor charts. I do give my students choice boards. Whenever we read a chapter, they are able to pick from a variety of options. They're given the choice to pick one out of several options an activity that they would like to complete for that particular chapter. In this particular case, we were in the last chapters of Ghost, chapters 9 and 10, and they were able to choose which one of these four options they would like to do for chapter 9, and then which one they wanted to do for chapter 10. They really had a hard time grasping the thought of having a choice as to an assignment, but once they got past the shock, I guess, they really enjoyed this activity. Another scaffolding idea that I do is I know that a lot of teachers real are prone to having students find a definition and then use the word in a sentence. Well, to me, using a word in a sentence makes no sense if they can't picture what the word is. So rather than have them write a word in a sentence, I give them the vocabulary word, they find the definition, and then they have to find a picture of the definition because I need them to be able to see what it is that they're reading when they come across this particular word. In conclusion, and I know that literacy is found everywhere. It's on the bus rides to and from school, in las filas del puente, while my kids are waiting to cross into the United States. I know that, unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit this, literacy is also found on their phones via the social media pages that they tend to go into. And most importantly, literacy can be found in the everyday conversations that help me build relationships with my students.